Wow. Dolphin jumping out of the water. There's 3 dolphins out.
Oh.
Don't leave yet, people.
Oh.
We're having some good fun out here right now. I've never seen them jump. I've been out here for a long time. Never seen them jump. That was spectacular. Putting a show on for us tonight. I've been saying that for 5 minutes, but they're still hanging around, right? Except they go, they're killing my shot. There's 3 of them, and I never saw them jump out. We had a lot of dolphin out here.
Nice.
It was fun. First time ever I saw them jump out of the water.
Oh, nice.
There they are again. Right in the middle between the two posts.
Dolphins?
Yeah. There's 2 or 3 of them hanging around.
Yeah, I see them out there. We were down in Tampa in May. You saw them all the time, like loads of them.
I never saw them jump out of the water before. This is the first for Venice.
Yeah. Is that what that was? Yep, I did. Just call them like.
Сзади нас бетонировали, кто-то каждый день посылками вытягивали, воно становилось і витягувалось. Але скажу все, один хотів коня просити, щоб не самовці, а робив. 2 дня не хотіли. Ось я йому ответив.
man. It's a good one to keep your lights on. I just lost my light out here. Did you see what I got? See what I got? Dolphin jumping out of the water. Great show. Little sunset lady.
Well, hello there, Bucky. What's this say here about dolphins jumping out of the water?
Oh, I can tell you. I'm glad you have your lights on here. If we could look at the rocks at least.
Yeah.
I just lost my light, but I've been on for almost 20 minutes, and right from the beginning, you couldn't see it from this vantage point, could you?
No.
It was a dolphin show.
Oh. Maybe you'd like to do it in the dark.
No, 20 minutes ago it wasn't this dark.
Yeah.
And they were playing around with the boats when the boats were. I had a couple of boats, and there was I want to say 3, but I know it was at least 2. And I got the first time ever a dolphin jumping out of the water. And now we perfectly zoomed in.
Oh, beautiful!
It was in between the 2 signs that you guys can see here. You know, the left is the red blinking, and on the right we got the green blinking. Right there in the middle, and they were doing a little dance.
Oh well, this is. This is one time I'm going to enjoy the replay.
No, let's go home. Okay. Essentially, nobody's in the chat because it's actually 7 o'clock right now. No, this is normally when people would turn on.
Yeah.
But our sunset has passed already.
This will be for the future.
No, hello, everybody watching us from the future. This could be one of your best shows, Sunset. I'm telling you.
No, that's exciting.
I gotta.
So we don't have to say hello to anybody if there's nobody there.
No. Right now, we can say hello to everybody.
Hello to the lurkers. Is that the only one?
If I sound giddy, I never filmed the dolphin jumping out of the water before.
Yeah,
really out. You see them come out a little bit.
Yeah, right.
This was like boom, like
they usually just do a sneak.
At least 6 feet, 7 feet, jumped out of the water.
You just see a fin.
It was the whole body, and I was going whoa.
Yeah.
And there was like I don't know if you saw there was like 7 ladies there walking by me at the time. And they're all like, it's a bust out, there's no sunset. And then I went, whoa, and a few other people who were looking due west. Everybody, it wasn't just me, everyone was going, whoa. Yeah. And then turn around and go, huh?
They were all excited.
You'll hear it on the tape. And I said, don't leave yet. I said, there's like a big dance going. I mean, I've never seen, I'm sorry, I'll come back down to earth. I'm giddy like a school child.
I know, well, it was something to see.
I never got that before.
That's why we have to
Very cool.
put all the hashtags in there tonight. Okay, then I'll go right to the days and we'll end it. It's National Bologna Day, or bologna as we
I was going to say Bologna.
But I think they do say it differently. It's an Italian town where they invented it or something.
Bologna, I think is how they say it, yeah.
It's National Food Day, so you can put any substitute in there. Everybody who's eating food today, it's your day.
Does ice cream count as food?
It can be anything. Food is food, right?
Okay, good. Okay, ice cream.
Whatever qualifies as food, it's the day.
Butter pecan, Briars.
Oh, okay. It's also a Good and Plenty Day. Your father liked the Good and Plenty.
That's the licorice stuff.
Yeah, he's the licorice guy.
It was pink and white are the colors, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. But it was black on the inside with the licorice.
Yeah, black licorice and pink and white.
Right. It's also United Nations Day, and I think they gave it to that because if I skip the birthdays for a moment and go down to 1945, today was the UN Charter takes effect on this day, and it was 2 months after World War II ended. Now I'm going to the birthdays. 1893, Marion C. Cooper, American film director and producer, did King Kong. Must have been an old one.
But there was a few of the ones before, the one that I know.
And he's also a director for Pan American Airways.
Hey, hold on a second.
And not only that, he was born in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oddly enough.
A lot of tie-ins.
I have a few connections with that, yeah.
Yeah. And in 1903, Melvin Purvis, I think he was... I wonder if they did the FBI.
Is that a Mel with 1 L or 2 L's?
1 L.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah, and Purvis was the last name. He's an American FBI agent, and he led the manhunt for outlaws like Babyface Nelson, Pretty Boy Floyd, and John Dillinger.
What a boring name John Dillinger had. That's like not really creative. Babyface.
I was thinking of all the names they
There's
used to call these people years ago.
What's your cool name? John Dillinger. Well,
Hey.
Well, it's famous now, but
Yeah, right.
back in those, that's like calling yourself Tim Smith.
Well,
No offense if
I
your
don't
name is
think you
Tim
wanted
Smith.
to hear that name in the background.
No, Babyface means, hey, you call me Babyface? Watch this. Boom, I kill out of you.
And Pretty Boy, huh?
Pretty Boy, Babyface, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they must have been young.
You call me a kid. Billy the Kid. See, that's the same type of Babyface, Billy the Kid.
Okay, in 1939, F. Murray Abraham.
Oh, I love him.
American actor, Amadeus, 82 years old. He's still alive.
No, I love him in that movie Amadeus. He's brilliant. He's in a lot of actually cool movies. What's the other one I really love? He did a movie together with Tom Selleck. Oh, it was a great movie. Fact checker, what was the name of that movie with him?
I didn't write that down.
Brilliant movie. I love it a lot, actually. It actually has something to do with airline business.
Oh. Well, 1947, Kevin Kline, American actor, he did Sophie's Choice and The Big Chill. He's 74 years old today. And let me see. All right, I think I'm going to the next thing. I did the UN Charter. I told you about that. And in 2000, no, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I got to back it up. 1818, Felix Mendelssohn, aged 9 years old, performs his first public concert in Berlin.
I like Mendelssohn a lot. He's actually, I like his.
Imagine 9 years old doing something like that.
He has some great stuff. He's one of the guys that's not mega. Well, his name is famous, but.
Well, he's a composer and a pianist, they say.
No. I learned. I started to study his music when I was in my mid-20s. I was going. Mendelssohn is really good.
Yeah, right. Okay, in 1836, this is going back a bit too. Earliest American patent for a phosphorus friction match by Alonzo Dwight Phillips of Springfield, Massachusetts.
Pioneer Valley.
Yeah, right, way back when. And 1911, Orville Wright remained in the air 9 minutes and 45 seconds in a glider at Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, setting a new record that stood for 10 years.
I know. I actually, there was some dispute about who was the first one who made the airplane.
Oh, yeah.
You said he was a glide. It was a glider.
Yeah.
So he was first in flight. That's what.
Yeah, flight. Yeah,
but the first one with the real airplane.
And they always say that on those North Carolina license plates. I think they say first in flight.
No, it does. My memory serves correct.
Yeah.
I have a good friend from North Carolina, and his license plate says first in flight.
I started thinking, bringing these people from the past to the present, back to the future type of thing.
Yeah.
And I thought, imagine when they see these space rockets we have now that took, what's his name, to outer space. I thought,
well, speaking of...
would they go on a trip like that?
Speaking of Back to the Future, I think Jim from Taxi would say, "Great Scott!"
William, what's his name? Okay, now 1929, it must have been a Thursday on this day, because Black Thursday they called it, which is different than what we have Black Friday today. And Black Thursday was the start of the market crash. The Dow Jones went down 12.8%.
Which is like nothing nowadays.
Yeah, but
in those days it was big, yeah.
Yeah, and it also said it took 23 years for the market to recover. So that took a while.
That's why it was called the Great Depression.
Exactly. Okay, 1931, Al Capone is sentenced to 11 years for tax evasion. That's the only thing they could get him on.
He got off easy. That's how. Take it.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure he had a nice. Was he a bunkmate of Martha Stewart? I mean, he was treated all right.
Was before that time.
I'm making a joke, but those people are treated nice when they go there.
Yeah. 1962, there was a Cuban Missile Crisis, and your father and I were living in Boston. And he had school at night at Boston University, and I worked at John Hancock, but I was in the apartment at night. I was waiting for your father to come home. And I think they took a radio into the college, and I was listening to the radio because JFK was the president. He made this speech about the Cuban Missile Crisis. Everybody was on edge. We thought we were going to war with Russia. And it said here, on this day, though, in 1962, the Soviet ship approached but stopped short of the United States blockade of Cuba. And your father and I went through that. That was our problem back then. Okay, now we go. Another thing in 1962, The Manchurian Candidate, starring Frank Sinatra, is released. And in 1978, the Guinness Book of Records presents Paul McCartney, musician. They call him musician and Beatle, like we don't know.
You mean Sir Paul McCartney? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I want to correct your French here. You mean Sir Paul McCartney?
I sit corrected you.
Okay.
I can't stand right now.
I want you to stand correctly. Yeah, correct. Sir Paul McCartney.
Yeah, but they presented him with a rhodium disc, probably of his record.
A what disc?
Rhodium.
Never heard of that.
Well, it's a...
And a radium. What's rhodium?
Rhodium is special. It's like...
So is radium.
It's above platinum and above gold,
I got you. Okay.
Gold and above
Rhodium.
Silver. Rhodium, look it up. Rhodium disc as an all-time best-selling singer-songwriter. That's quite an accomplishment.
How come John Lennon didn't get it? It was always Lennon and McCartney. It was the
Maybe he wasn't
songwriting.
alive or something.
Oh, because he wasn't. He was dead already. Okay.
I don't know.
No, he was. He died in 80. What year did he get the award?
This was 79.
No, well, John Lennon died in 80.
He was probably upset. Okay, in 2017...
Well, he didn't kill himself. I think somebody else shot him. But
here's another Back to the Future thing. 2017, Albert Einstein's theory of happiness, written as a note for a bellhop instead of a tip in Tokyo in 2017. No, that must have been before that. Oh no, it was written in 1922, but on this date, in 2017, it sells for $1.56 million.
No, I heard that. I did hear that story before. That's a great story. On this date,
I thought, imagine if either Einstein or the bellboy came back to life today.
It was written on a napkin or something. So Einstein was just thinking at a table.
A note was written as a note.
Yeah.
It was just like...
It was jotted down notes.
Could have been a napkin. It could have been a slip of paper.
Well, as a music teacher, a lot of my students have told me that they're traveling, businessmen and so forth. So they travel a lot, but they like to take their guitars. And so look, I said, if you're sitting, I always try to imagine, if you're sitting at some hotel lobby or whatever in Shanghai or whatever it is that you're traveling to, I said, just, write it down on a piece of paper. And I was always thinking about Einstein. Just jot it. If you have a good idea, write it down. I would tell my students, write it down.
That's like I had an art teacher, and she said, if you get a painting that you like what you see, she says, stop right there and do it over. But you keep what it is that you like.
Correct.
So it's probably on your idea.
Yeah, write it down. If you have an idea, you go, that's it.
She says, start over and do it again. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like that too. That's called make it professional. Yeah.
She's saving.
What's the difference? What was the difference between a sketch and a
a painting?
Like a fine art. Really whatever Picasso,
I did
Mona Lisa.
I did a lot of charcoal sketching, but
no, I as a songwriter, I write a lot of sketches, but I don't necessarily turn them into a piece of fine art.
Yeah.
But I still like the sketches.
I'd see the rats going over the rocks.
The South Jetty rats are having fun.
A little excitement.
We should do a show from the North Jetty. Find out if they have rats there too. I'm going to take educated guess that rats can swim.
They probably do. They probably have their own over there.
They know how to swim across. They hang out on both sides. Well, look at how dark we are on the show. That's what I told you before. Yeah. I'm glad we have the rocks.
We do. Well,
and the lights, they're blinking.
I'll finish my little bit because I'm trying to tell people that was the problem sometimes with artists such as myself. You never know when to end something. You always think you can make it better, or you haven't finished. It's the hard part's knowing when you're done.
That's why when I turn into a producer, the producer's job is to say done, or not done.
Yeah.
So
somebody
you're right.
needs the judgment. Yeah.
There's a difference between being an artist and a producer. Producers say we're done.
Yeah. Well,
directors tell people what to do when the art is happening, and the producer says done.
We hope you've all enjoyed this dark sunset that we had, heavenly sunset.
It's not
tonight.
a dark. It was just. It was filled with dolphins jumping out of the water, which I'd never seen before on live. I actually never saw it before in my life.
Well, everybody come in and look at the rerun so you can see the dolphins. It's probably one of our best shows. And if you're watching us on a restream, well, thank you for joining us and enjoy the Dolphins from the South Jetty in Venice, Florida. And please subscribe. And if you lurkers out there, I'd like you to subscribe, and then you can go back to lurking again. Press the like button, ring the notification bell, and they'll tell you when we're going live. And be sure to come back tomorrow night to see if we get any more dolphins or just what's happening here. Rain or shine. I think they're promising us possible rain tomorrow night and Thursday coming up.
Let's do one day at a time. Today was a rain shot.
Yeah, and for no two sunsets are the same. And on that note, we'll end with the notes you wrote for our theme song, Running Around This Town, even like running rats around this town.
I was going to say swimming dolphins around this
Oh,
town.
there you go, dolphins swimming.
Around this inlet.
Exactly, all right. I'll say good night, everybody, and good night, Blackie.
Something awesome show, everybody watching us. If you made it to this point, definitely press subscribe, ring the bell, notification bells, so you don't have to think about when it is that we come on, because we do come on a little bit earlier every day, and then we're going to change the clocks, and then it's going to be a little bit later every day, so earlier, later. So we are following the sun live every day from the South Jetty, Venice, Florida. Ciao for now.